Imagine, it's the year 2014, 2 years after 2011, when the people thought the world was going to end because of the Mayan calendar ending, but it didn't, so people were chill during this time. Your niece's birthday was coming up, so there's one thing she wanted, and that was...
Shopkins, Shopkins! Welcome to the Shopville Grocery
Shopkins. Now, what are these weird little creature things? Well, Shopkins can be any sorts of things because they're basically based around things you would find. Well, we're not gonna do a deep dive between the manufacturers. Just know a manufacturer called Moose Toys, who's from Melbourne, Australia, created these, and they were a massive success. We're gonna take a deep dive in each series, like specific Shopkins and what their names mean, and what Shopkins are referencing to. And no, I'm not going into real littles because the name is self-explanatory. Basically Shopkins, but except if they are licensed brands, like mini brands made by Zero Toys. The first wave of Shopkins included teams, being fruit and vegetables, frozen goods, baked goods, beauty supplies, candy, party supplies, dairy, and with said limited edition having production numbers as high as 5,000 to only 100 made. Let's talk about Breadhead because it's pretty interesting. Breadhead is the only Shopkin that's based off something you'd call a person who's driven for money. Breadhead really is wearing a tie, glasses, and a suitcase or a clipboard. I don't really know, but still, he is basically just an employee working for money. So it's kind of funny that this little Shopkin based off of bread is given the name Breadhead for someone who's driven for money. So deal with that what you will. And also Priscilla is the last part of her name. Sounds eerily similar to Ezra or Isabella or Isabella. Yeah, so I think the reason for her name being Priscilla is because of Isabella. Now that's all the I could probably pull from seasons 1 because it was not really that interesting. It was interesting because it was a start of Shopkins, but didn't really have any Shopkins facts, so that's why. One more fact, Miss Toys just decided to put fruit and vegetables together in not like different categories, so deal with that. In December that fateful year of 2014, season 2 would arrive. Shopkins, and this was actually pretty early because it probably take like around a year for the next season to come based off of other Miss Toys release. But Shopkins actually, since of their popularity, they released right during the Christmas spike, so parents were going to stores getting Shopkins for their children. And now, unfortunately, some teams were discontinued. Well, not the whole Shopkins, but like a specific team was removed from the list of teams and were replaced with new teams. Here's a fact about Sneaky Sue and Sneaky Wedge. Both of them have the word sneaky in their names, insinuating that their personality is being sneaky and doing pranks. And even Sneaky Sue's expression, I think, the Sneaky Wedges looks like she wants to make mischief. Why is this very story to call them cheese? They don't have genders! Moving on, Toasty Pop is the only one from season 2 that face doesn't actually have eyebrows. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, okay, so I just realized that I'm actually wrong about that fact. Some of the Shopkins for series 2 don't have eyebrows, but they should. So I think I figured something out. Like some Shopkins, like Juicy Orange and Sneaky Wedge and Sneaky Sue, they don't have eyebrows, but they should have eyebrows since in season 2, eyebrows were introduced on Shopkins. Well, it's probably just them saving on like ink, or sometimes they just didn't have enough space to put eyebrows. But still, some of them with the more larger just design should have eyebrows, but they don't. Anyways, the Shopkins, the ultra Shopkins for this series were glittery again. Now, if you were paying attention, some of the Shopkins from series 1 had glitter on them. So, why did Moose Toys just reuse the same ultra rare gimmick for the second time? Well, it's actually different. Now, I'm gonna show you. Anyways, I have sour lemon and moving on forward, we're going to season 3 since we kind of have to. Wait, no, we can't because we're missing something. That is the special dishes for the series. Yep, frozen goods is now gone on, and now it's special dishes or baby supplies, and also are fuzzy like the baby swipes in the background. Now, something interesting cartoonist Chi didn't actually mention in this video of the history of Shopkins is that the baby Shopkins, some of them are actually sound like something a baby would say, like dummy me. So I'm just 50% sure that at Moose Toys, somebody bought in their baby because they couldn't find a babysitter, and the Moose executives were naming the baby shop because they're like, yeah, baby, you're gonna be our namer, and the baby, Mimi, it makes baby noise, and then they just wrote it down and picked the best ones for it to name the baby Shopkins. That's my theory. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but Twinkie Winks is basically just a Shopkins version of a knockoff Twinkie, except it's not edible. So don't attempt to eat it or give it to anyone and tell them it's edible. But also, they changed the teams now again for some reason.